All right. Feel like this needs to be said. So, contrary to what you guys might think, I am not a beautiful big ball of joy and light and happiness all the time. Nobody is. But when you notice that you are around people, constantly surrounded by people who minimize your value and project their discounted rates onto you, when you notice that being a common thing, you need to remove yourself. You need to get the fuck on. You need to go ahead and head on the fuck out. Because what's happening in that situation is you're being slowly but surely convinced that you ain't all that. And the conflict lies in the fact that you actually are. And you're allowing somebody who don't think they all that to influence you to believe that you ain't all that. And I'm keeping it very general when I say all that. You can interpret that however you want. You ain't smart enough, you too old, you too young, you too big, you too skinny. It's not in your cards. That's not how life works. That's not how family be. You got to do it like this. If you choose to say that none of that shit is applicable to you, you need to act accordingly. You need to move accordingly. You need to be mindful of the people in your life that make you feel otherwise. Because if they ain't figured it out, if they don't have a plan B, the fuck they telling you what you should be doing? Huh? Does that make sense? Does that make sense to anybody? I didn't think so. So, the only thing that's going to happen if you get rid of these people, once you realize that the thoughts start up here, let's not exclude the common denominator, because this is all you have control over. You're not going to know who to exclude until you sit here with this. So when you sit here with this, you start seeing who and what you need to get rid of, who you need to stop talking to, who you need to stop sharing your dreams with, your ideas with, who you need to stop hanging out with. Huh? Okay. When you start to see that, the only thing that's going to happen when you start removing those people is you're going to be protected. Why? Because you're removing people that aren't in alignment with you. When you entertain people that are not in alignment with you, what happens? Everything, don't it? It be Metro micro braid, whatever you call her. No, it be you. Fuck. You are a force to be reckoned with. Can't nobody do me like me. I'm a force to be reckoned with. Can't nobody do you like you. Nobody really knows what the fuck is going on up here. The goals and stuff that you have for yourself other than you. You're the one that knows it the best. You can't expect people to suddenly just pop up and be like, oh, yes, I support this 100%. Let's go. Yes. But guess what? It's motherfuckers out there. But if you didn't make the room for them, guess what? They're going to stay outside. And you're going to constantly feel like an outsider because the shit that you're doing don't have nothing to do with who the fuck you are. I got my college plan layout that I wrote when I was 18 years old. I just decided to sit down and look at that before the fluff. And that was in the middle of the fluff. Teenager, 18, 19. It was a little fluff. But before all the other stuff, before I lost my parents, before Hurricane Katrina, before I was in my first verbally abusive relationship, before I was in my first physically abusive relationship, before I developed my first unhealthy vice, before I started self-harm, and weeks before I attempted SI. When I tell y'all I'm not doing this for play, when I tell y'all that I literally am just doing this and saying who want to do this with me, who want to put in this work with me, who needs the space to figure this shit the fuck out, this is what I mean. I'm combing through all that. Okay? So if you're ready to comb and start getting some of these tangles of life up out the back of your neck and shit, so your shit can be smooth, you're still gonna have to comb it. But you know, you can maintain it. So we're gonna do some mental maintenance. We're gonna comb through all the shit that we thought was beyond us, that we thought was just gonna dissipate on its own, that we thought was really just because I was dealing with this person. And we're gonna sit down with it. We're gonna sit down with it together. As in, I'm doing it with you. So, if y'all ever see me say anything about I have the answers, I have the solution, go on and report me to the police. Because it's a lie. That's not something that I'm trying to say. Ever. It's all learning and growing and developing and healing for me. And if it's learning and growing and developing and healing for you, I'll see you Friday. And it's 11/11 to sign up. You can make it $1 billion investment if you want to and apply it in $1 billion way. Or you cannot. It's all up to you. It don't really matter to me at that point. If you find a value in it, you step up. We got people on social media that are afraid to let you know that they are not okay because social media criminalizes anybody who seems to be okay that's suddenly not. Ask me how I know what the fuck that feels like. We got people who have just given up completely because one minute they're doing the work, the next minute they're not. The one minute they're doing the work, the next minute they're not. And people just feel like, well, maybe you ain't really doing the work. Maybe you just playing. And they shut down and they say, you know what? I'm not going to do none of this no more. We're not doing that. Because the motherfuckers that feel like you ain't really doing it and they feel like, well, they seen you dancing the other day and they seem like, well, I thought she was... They dealing with their own struggles. And I'll put it into perspective and I'm going to let you go. Imagine being 44 years old, 54, 34, whatever, and knowing that you have gone through a laundry list of fuckery, losses, abuse of different kinds, just evictions and homelessness and fires and lawyers and family drama and partners and friends you got to heal from, all of this stuff. So sad. Sorrows, prayers, so sad. Imagine deciding it's not that big of a deal. I'll figure it out. I'll make accommodations so that it don't affect me so negatively. Because I'm tired of people assuming that I'm supposed to be all right. Imagine knowing that all you really need to do, want to do, got to do is just talk or write some shit down and sit with it. But you don't have that because everybody got some shit to say about what you're doing, from a burp to a fart. They got something to say. So I say, fuck them. Let them talk because that's all they're qualified for. That's all they're qualified for. Talking, assuming, projecting, concluding about something that don't have shit to do with them. A person don't have shit to do with them. So, I will see y'all on Friday. We're going to talk about this. This is not something cute that I'm dealing with. This is not some bubbly kids show type vibe. We have enough of that. We have enough of that. Not saying that retreats and all this other stuff ain't needed, but we got enough of that. I need this so that I can fully lean into the other stuff. Okay? I'll see y'all on Friday. I ain't got nothing else to say. And another thing. No, I'm playing. I really know. I just got to turn this off.